Hello and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be ranking the Power Ranger theme tunes that I think are either S, A, B, C or absolute garbage. Now I will state this, these are my opinions. If you have something completely different, either from when you grew up as a child, the series that you love the most, whatever, this is my opinion. I know it can't be exactly like yours. I'm only saying this because in the last video I did about this with the Power Ranger series, oh dear God, am I getting comments of like, but SPD is my favourite. Operation Overdrive's my favourite. How could you not like this? Why did you put my favourite series in the bin? To say this is all my opinion on stuff, because believe me, it's getting a bit boring seeing that sort of content, or like the comments, should I say. So without further ado, if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified within, like if there are more videos, and there's going to be quite a few, I think. So the rules of this one is anything that has the same theme tune more than once. So we're looking Mighty Morphin Season 1 to Alien Rangers, Season 3, I think. We've also got like when Samurai, you had Samurai, Super Samurai, Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge, Megaforce, Super Megaforce. Anything like that that has more than one iteration of it is literally categorized, that's the word. That's going to be literally it. So my morphing will have the same thing and it's exactly the same. It's very easy. Let's jump into it. So first of all, Mighty Morphing. I'm sorry, it's going to get a C, because I know it's iconic. I know it's the thing that everybody loves, but dear God, is it exactly the same as everything else that came after when Saban brought it back? There are some nice things about it, like I do like some of the riffs, but I don't think it's like S tier level. So for me personally, I just don't think it's one of the best. It's iconic. I absolutely agree. If it's your favorite and you believe it's an S, cool. So Zeo gets an S because when you had the change from Mighty Morphin, you still had some of the elements in there, but most times I get goosebumps from listening to it. I love the way that it was completely different, and it wasn't just like Mighty Morphing straight away. It was like Zeo. I can't sing it, but I absolutely really liked it. I thought it was great. It brings me back to my childhood when I think about it or listen to it, and I could listen to it for hours upon hours because it has that mix, that element that I absolutely adore. So, Power Rangers Turbo. I didn't like it, so it's going with Mighty Morphing. It's just, I think it was very kind of generic. It didn't bring it up. But it didn't kind of like appeal to me. I didn't really like the series, but the theme tune didn't make me go, oh my God, I need to watch this. Or like I would have to go and watch it. So it's something that I normally skip when watching it on Netflix, or just like kind of fast forward from it. Now, Power Rangers in Space is getting an S level because as much as I'm not a huge fan of the series, I really like the tones, and I think it really set apart from most of the theme tunes from what we had originally. You know, it was just like that countdown, it had that whole element, and when I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, this is really, really cool. So I'm going to put it in S rank. So what else have we got? Are we doing it in order? Again, if I'm not in order, it doesn't really matter. So Lost Galaxy. Where are you, Lost Galaxy? Where are you, Lost Galaxy? There we go. I'm going to give it a B because I don't feel like it's higher than the rest, but I don't think it, or I know it's better than my Morphing and Turbo. It's not my favorite one, but at least it's kind of so I don't like, if you sang that to me or hummed it, I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh yeah, I know it now, but then I wouldn't hum it, and I just kind of think that's a bit of a letdown, like kind of for me. Lightspeed Rescue, I'm gonna give a C. I don't feel like it's higher than anything. It didn't kind of, again, I think I might just give it the same sort of thing as the rest, where when I listen to it, I don't feel that kind of like inspiration, like, gee, I need to watch all of this. So for me, I'm going to give it a C. Okay, Power Rangers Time Force, I'm going to give an A, because I really like some of the beats when it goes, Time Force, Power Rangers. I kind of really like it, and the way that you get the intro as well as the kind of like the beat down of the song, where it's like rain like that. I generally think it's worth it. It's not an S, but it is high. It is an A rank. I like the tones, I like the beats, and I like the fact that it kind of gives a bit of a story, where literally you get kind of pumped for it. So I'm gonna give it an A. Okay, so what's next? Wild Force. It's gonna be garbage. I really don't like it. Like, I feel like there's some synth sounds in it, like a little bit, but I just didn't really like it that much. I feel like it's an experimental stage, and this is how they go into the Disney era. But the intro to me wasn't great. The song is just, It just, there isn't anything that I could be like, oh, hells yeah. It just felt like a meh. So it's a garbage track. Okay, so it was Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm's going to get an A, because in a way it tells you the story straight away. It's like, hey, there are ninjas. There is a force that, we are training these ninjas. Now I kind of thought, is there? Because like after Ninja Storm, you hear nothing. So is that it? Is there no more school? Is no one teaching anymore? I would imagine that at some point there are more ninjas being trained, but I like the song. It gives the intro, and it has that like really nice beat. The lyrics are great, and I generally I start kind of singing along with it. And if I start singing along, it's good. So yeah, now moving on to Dino Thunder. Dino Thunder is an S rank. Now, at times when when I'm watching it, there will be times when I start singing different parts of the chorus, but it's a natural thing. It's not like I'm forcing myself. It's like I'll be sat there listening to it, and then I'll start singing along. So therefore, to me, I think it's great. And even like the beginning part, there's a light in the distance, see them coming closer. I absolutely love it. I think it's a great way to bring this in. So for me, I definitely think like Dino Thunder is an S rank. Okay, so SPD, I'm giving a B, because it's not a bad theme. Like the music is fine. I feel like there could be more to this than there was. It's just like there's not much in it. It's just basically here is instrumental music. The only thing I can say, my favorite part is at the very beginning where it's like SPD emergency, and then it kind of brings into the song. But for me, I'm giving it a B. Okay, so what was that? Mystic Force. I'm gonna give a B as well, because it's there. It gives the illusion of magic, and everything is like, oh my god, I like this. I really want to see more. I want to hear more. And the at the beginning, like whatever it is fine, but the music kind of isn't that great, but yet it's not garbage or anything like that. So I kind of like it, but I think a B is absolutely fine. Okay, Operation Overdrive is complete garbage to me. The series is garbage, but the music as well. Like, it doesn't feel like a Power Rangers intro. It feels like it was more, how do I say, it was more kind of like an experimental thing where we're going to put rap in, we're going to see what happens. Like, will you kind of like it? And I think when I was watching and listening to it again, it doesn't match up with like the intro, what they did. So there's a part where it's like, lives will be saved. And as soon as that goes on, afterwards, that's when you see Mac, grab the people and move them out of the way of the lava. But I just generally can't stand it. It's an intro that really puts me off, and I instantly skip it a lot. Like, I just can't. No, just no. Okay, so Jungle Fury. Jungle Fury is a C. Now I love the series, but I'm not a big fan of the intro. Like I see where they were going with it, but for me personally, it's something that I could easily just like skip across, and it's just like it to me when like playing it back in my head and listening to it again, it's a thing that I would skip because it has a little bit of kind of jungle theme, and it's one lyric that just irritates me, and it's like Daishi, go away. I'm like, he's not, and it just feels like it's like, I don't like you, go away, stop attacking the city, stop it, go away, you meanie. Like I have seen in the comments of like where people have called me mean for not liking their favorite Power Ranger series. I think some of the lyrics work and some don't, but yet again I think Jungle Fury is a C. Okay, so Power Rangers RPM, I'm gonna give a C as well. I feel like it was just instrumental, and it's just like the intro telling you each episode is fine, so so at any point you know exactly where you're coming up, and I kind of like that, especially like with Ninja Storm, like obviously they did it, but I feel like the music doesn't really kind of go with it, but it kind of does at the same time. It's like Power Rangers RPM, and it's like RPM, get in gear all the way through, and that kind of off puts me. Like I don't know what lyrics you would put to RPM, but I feel that RPM intro isn't that great. I would kind of maybe gone for electric music or maybe like a type of grunge in a way. But for me, this one, I was like, no. So RPM, I'm sorry, goes with a C. Now Samurai. Samurai, it's just the music. And this is going to be for same thing as like with a few others. It's just literally the whole thing when they started turning around saying, Jaden, Kevin. I'm like, Mike, what? No, I don't need to know the Rangers' names. But because it was very similar to like Mike Morphing and stuff like that, to me, I feel like it was just a rekindle. Now, it was nice to hear back at the time. It's like, oh my God, Power Rangers is back. Oh my God, I love this. But for me, I couldn't stand it after a while. Like maybe once, and then if they changed it up. But for the next couple of seasons, it was exactly the same. And I really couldn't get into it. I just can't stand it. So Megaforce and Super Megaforce, garbage as well, the theme tune, not the series, because again, it was that same sort of element. And I think there's a YouTuber called Pilek or Pilak, whatever. And when he started singing the songs, you could tell he was bored with them as well. And for me to hear the Power Rangers music again, I just feel that it doesn't resonance. Like they could have done something a little bit different, especially when going into the second season, but it was just the same sort of thing, generic, like oh my god, I can't be bothered, blah blah blah. And to me, it's not that great. So it's just reminiscent of my morphing constantly. First time was fine, maybe the second time when it came into Samurai, but no, garbage. Now Dino Charge, I'm gonna give a C because I like the tones, I like the build up because it reminds me of a dinosaur theme. It does. It brings it all out, and I like the kind of like the build up. I love the instrumental version as well. But for me to put it as a C, it's not. After a while, it gets boring. Like you could work out to it, no problem. You could listen to it a few times, and then when you're watching the series, it's fine. But after that, you kind of don't. And to me, it just feels like it's boring. It's always boring, and it's just like the lead up, like Power Rangers, in a world where you can do got to survive. It works with it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. My band rendition. Okay, so Super Ninja Steel. I'm gonna say garbage again because I don't know, like I like some of the elements in it, but for me it just kind of feels more, I don't know how to say. Like it's there. It gives the ninja sort of like theme when you listen to the beats of the background. Like I think that, I don't know if they do put it in there, but at the end you could have that whole thing with like water filling bamboo and hitting like a rock. That would be kind of cool. But for me, for this one, like I didn't like the beat. Like after a few times, like cool, this is a little bit different. But again, it gets really kind of boring. So I'm not a huge fan of it, and it does kind of really put me off the entire series. And the series was really bad anyway. So when I hear this, I'm like, nope, nope. Okay, so Beast Morphers. I'm gonna give an A because I generally really like the theme. I think at the very beginning, I wasn't a fan of the lyrics, but I liked the music behind it. I think that for Hasbro doing this like differently, it kind of really works out. But for majority of the time on this, I wasn't a huge fan. But I think like the way going forward, I liked it. I did. Like some of the lyrics I wasn't a fan of, but the music I was really good. So I'm definitely giving it an A because like I really want to see what they're going to do with Dino Fury, if it's going to be any different or if it's going to be holy like smokes, or is this going to drop down? But right, that is my reasoning. May it be good or bad, I do not care, but those are it. Now, what are your favorites? What would you put in a list? I know I'm going to get comments. I can preempt what I'm going to hear. But again, if you've got this far into the video, please respect my decision. This is literally what I've said because again, I'm getting comments still on the other ones. But yeah, just gonna leave it out there. But yeah, these all. I do think like Zeo, Space, and Dino Thunder have possibly the best tracks to this that I could listen to them over and over and over again. With the rest, some yay and some nay. But yeah, I am gonna leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with my list? Keep it in within reason. And what would you have? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. We'll do some more tier lists. And until then, I'll catch you in the next video.